Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
I cannot believe it. We're here in Dayton, Ohio for Ring of Honor, the greatest wrestling of all time. And this is Jim Cornette, and I'm waiting to see you morons. And where are you? You're in Philadelphia. We're not going to be in Philly until May 21st and 22nd at the arena. Then you need to be in Philly. Now you should be in Dayton. Your friend here, his name? Yeah. Your friend Tim's the only one that has any sense. Fuck all of y'all. Thanks, bye.
Wrestling
Mayhem Show
.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJ Lunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seeing his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can ship at a rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If you sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD. The best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's delirious, Daniel City, Kim McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce is spoken, so that means I'm puking blood tonight. Shut up and show me the damn X division and get SoCal balance in my line and vision. Friday night SmackDown, this is all life. Kicking back, watching wrestling every night. Kenny, Boogeyman, Helms, Hardy, Guerrero, London, Kendrick, and the Stealing Show. RWF Scion in the weekly features. You're a student, we are the teachers. Shout outs to Jimbo's crew and to the D's. Putting it down for Vimble with the greatest of ease.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show 217. This week is the first show of May. It's getting springy out there. That means a lot of changes in the air, including time slot changes. Once again, our theme song is a little more accurate, thanks to TNA giving up the ghost on the Monday Night Skirmish, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And joining me, as always, is my esteemed colleague, the ever-consistent, I lost that one. But you know what? I'm just going to hand it over right there. DJ Lunchbox is with us. Wow. LB.
I'm super excited.
Whoa! What is up with that?
Super duper excited. Check it out. Actually, folks, that's just a picture. Because I've been saying it on the show, I've had long hair for a while, I'm willing to cut it. And folks, here we are, the beginning of May. It's time for a change. So here we are, folks. There it is. My glorious new hairdo. I don't know how it looks
it's actually not coming through yet.
On a delay. There it is. That's right, folks. It looks completely ridiculous. DJ Lunchbox with a mohawk. I firmly believe.
Shit! It just came through.
Oh, wow. I firmly believe that every man should have a mohawk for 2 days of his life. And I did this specifically to coincide with the Wrestling Mayhem Show because I care about you. So here you go, folks. Isn't it amazing? A little ridiculous?
Holy crap. There needs to be, like, a photo shoot.
You got holy shit from Mad Mike.
There needs to be a photo
What's
shoot.
That?
There needs to be a photo shoot at this point in your deal. Wow.
Oh, it's likely.
It's likely. I mean, that's.
I figure what the hell? And let me say, the camera is completely accentuating the bald part.
There's a lot of glare going on
bald on the sides here. It's totally accentuated.
Wow. Well, there you have it. and
WrestleFan and all caps. What the hell did you do?
Everybody's gonna do it. I mean, there's a tag team.
You can no longer threaten to shave my head.
There's a Mohawk tag team going on in TNA called Inc. I don't know if you caught, and you would fit right in with them.
Oh, God. Oh, no, I've done something with TNA. Oh, no.
Don't worry. It makes sense.
Thank God this is only for 2 days.
And bear with us. I do notice. I think there is a little bit of delay tonight, so we'll work with that. So you know, just be wary of that. Well, tonight we got a lot going on. Of course, we're going to be premiering the footage. We'll see how that went with our experience at the Chikaras Fanclave. Of course, we'll be getting all around that. Mike Quackenbush, Christopher Daniels, a representative from Big Japan Wrestling. I can never pronounce his name, but it'll be on the video, so I won't mess it up anymore. Johnny Gargano, Macross, M-Dog, a whole bunch of others, and me playing Connect 4 with a giant turtle and puppet. But in the meantime, as always, you can check out what's going on over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Join us there. Of course, join us live. There's the chat room going on. There's Mad Mike, DJ Lunchbox, the WrestleFan, all there. You can join us and everybody else that stops by. And of course, follow us on Facebook. There's a lot of updates there, including a lot of new pics. Somebody, I'm not sure who, because I just kind of gave everybody admin rights. We have random pictures going on from the studio that have been posted lately. So, a lot of updates there. Also, check us out at Twitter, on Twitter at Mayhem Show. And, well, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's the old one. There's the Twitter. There's the website. And, of course, check our delicious links for anything we talk about on the show at delicious.com/wrestlingmayhem. Hit us up anytime. At 412-206-WMS0.
What about Facebook?
Well, I did the Facebook. You missed the Facebook. And of course, send any emails to goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. So, and as always, visit our sponsor, audible.com. Click the links for high spots. Go support the show if you feel so inclined to donate to the show. We're looking at ways to turn this around, so it's a little more than just a green sheet behind me and these internet problems and mice that don't work because they still have balls on them right there. But like I said, we got a lot to get to. DJ Lunchbox, why don't we just get right into the fan mail here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show? We do have a little bit of voicemail as well, and here we go.
It makes me want to wag my tail, and when it comes, I want to well.
We did get one today, and of course, the big news we talked about at the top of the show, Mr. Pierre, who has been running the show lately, is not loading his email. There we go. It's coming. I said internet troubles tonight. Yes, we're on the Great Fios, but of course, the connection down here has been a little wonky lately. Too much concrete between us and the main deal. Pierre Kelly says, to the WMS Nation, TNA on Mondays was fun to look at, but I heard it's moving to its former day that it's known for. Well, looks like we lost Mr. Lunchbox there momentarily. Not since
I'm still here.
Okay, we just lost your video. There you are. We'll get you on there.
No, I just paused it for a second.
Oh, okay.
I think it fixed the problem too.
Good. Not since the FSN area have we had this kind of news come at us. Having a show on Mondays was a waste of time. Looking at Hogan and Bischoff go mano a mano with Raw, which in this case always wins every time. Don't count TNA out because after all, WCW did beat them a decade ago, making them the only organization to beat McMahon's company. So here's the old Thursdays for Dixie Cups company. I am out, Mr. Techwood Drive. I'm sorry, I don't think I related the sarcasm that was supposed to be stuck through there. So yeah, the Monday Night Skirmish is over, Lunchbox, and I think you were one of them saying that this was not going to last very long. It was surprising how little it lasted.
Well, I think I have to revise one of my former. Man, words suck, man. Fuck words. That's what I got to say. I have to revise one of my former predictions for TNA. If TNA had stuck with the Monday night thing, I think they would have gone down by 2011. They would have been gone. I think this is a smart move for them. It's the smartest thing it could do because TNA sucks, and it's never going to compete with Monday Night Raw unless they change everything.
It seems like
there you go.
It seems like it's a horribly reactionary thing. I mean, they claim that it's the fans. They say that by fan demand, we're moving back to Thursdays and everything. But but they were already on Thursday, so really, was there a difference to those fans? And was it the fans, or do they count that in their 0.5 rating from a week ago when they went head to head with Monday Night Raw again? It just seems like they get the good rating when they moved up the hour, so they went ahead and moved it. The next week, they don't. It's like there was no deliberation between any of these decisions. LB.
I don't know, man. I think moving to Thursday is a smart move for TNA, but honestly, it's just stay of execution for them.
The only thing I'm missing, and we'll probably talk about this a little bit later, I think it does not look like they're going to do the live show on Thursdays, which I think has been something they've been doing right. I know it's every other week, but the shows that are live do feel better. You know what I mean? So, anyways, we do have a little bit of voicemail here, so let's get into that.
It's time to reach out and shook some
Calls from the Mayhem.
First of all, because I played at the beginning of this week because it's something that Jim Cornette telling us to fuck off is forever going to be one of my favorite moments doing this show. So thanks to Big Freaky for that. But he did chime in a little bit, a couple stories from his encounter at Ring of Honor in Dayton. So here's Big Freaky.
One of the highlights for me is I kept yelling shit out as I want to do it in these shows, just to have some fun and make people around me laugh. And not only did I make people around me laugh, but I was cracking up Jim Cornette, who was watching the show not that far to my right. There's a referee in Ring of Honor who's hated. They want him to die. And they call him Fat Pants and Fatty Fat Pants and stuff like that. And then I yelled out, I hope I'll pay someone to rape you. Cornette just cracked up.
So, I'll pay somebody to rape you. Apparently got coined. Sorry for a little bit edit thing. I was doing these kind of quick and trying to take out all the extra stuff. So, he has another voicemail here about NXT and the ratings. LB has paused it again. You need to warn me on that, man.
I've been paying a little bit of attention to the ratings on Gerwick.net, and as far as I see, they're getting good ratings. I mean, they're one of Sci-Fi Network's top shows. I don't see why they're canceling it in October.
See, I think the NXT, okay, they're doing good ratings. They're probably doing just as good as ECW. I haven't looked at them. But it's one of those, maybe a 1.0 is good enough for something like Sci-Fi. That would be something that'd be top rated on Sci-Fi. But I think it's one of those, okay, so they're getting the upgrade to SmackDown. They're getting the thing that's going to get like the 2s and everything. Well, they have been getting the 2s on a fledgling network. So I think they're kind of trading up as far as that goes and letting NXT run its course. Maybe it's something that'll be back. Maybe it's something that'll be kind of like an oddball reality show seasonal thing, kind of how there's like 2 or 3 Ultimate Fighter seasons within a year. And and then he mentioned it in his voicemail, and I think we have here on the show that the run of NXT is 16 weeks, and I guess there's enough room for them to be a second season or group of guys for NXT before they go away to make room for SmackDown in the fall. So LB, have you been watching NXT? You have any opinion on it?
I haven't really been keeping up with it, if I'm honest. I mean, I've been watching the wrestlers and keeping track of, who's doing what and who's who. I think Raw basically showed us last night who standout stars are. There's Daniel Bryan, there's Wade Barrett, and I forgot his name. The guy who hosted Raw that one time.
Oh, whoa, that's gonna... Yeah, I haven't learned these
David
guys'
Ortunga.
names. Konga?
Otunga.
Otunga, that's right. Yeah.
Otunga.
See,
I think that's where the breakout starts. That's going to be the end of it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I think even Big Freaky later in this voicemail said about, what are they doing with Daniel Bryan? Is that his name now? Whatever. Brian Daniels, Daniel Bryan. What are they doing with him? They're dropping him out, et cetera, et cetera. But, like you said, he's the one that they brought out on Raw, and despite losing, had a good showing against Batista of all people, And then there's the argument, is it they're putting him over?
And for the record, Yeah, there's definitely a delay. For the record, this is the most I've ever enjoyed Batista right now.
Yeah.
Ever since Extreme Rules, Batista wins.
That's been the discussion is what is, Batista's been the most entertaining when he's talked the less and right before he's going out the door. So, well, hey, TNA's got a hot property when they talk them into being signed for a ridiculous amount of money. So there you go. Well, that's all the voicemails I have for this week, Mr. Lunchbox. Let's go right into the music, and when we come back, well, first of all, during this break, you're going to get your next weekly lesson with Mayhem Missy. Going to learn a little bit about Mr. Hancock, and then after that, we'll be going. I think we'll be going right into the Chikara interviews and footage. So stay tuned. Check that out, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. But LB, what do we listen to first?
Well, folks, once again, I decided to bring back a classic here on the Mayhem Show. Played it once before. It was an honor then. It's an honor now. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Willie Nelson, with also the legend, Asleep at the Wheel. The name of the song is Hesitation Blues, and this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Woke up this morning looking for my shoes. Looked behind the trunk, found the hesitation blues. Lordy, tell me how long.
Lordy, tell me how long.
Will I have to wait?
Will I have to wait?
Can I get you now?
Can I get you now?
Must I hesitate? Take a rocking chair, if the blues overtake me, rock away from here. Lordy, tell me how long.
Lordy, tell me how long.
Will I have to wait?
Will I have to wait?
Can I get you now?
Can I get you now?
Must I hesitate? Saw your little monkey do the sweet jelly roll. Lordy, tell me how long.
Lordy, tell me how long.
Will I have to wait?
Will I have to wait?
Can I get you now?
Can I get you now?
Must I hesitate? Sit right down. If the blues overtake me, I'll jump in and drown. Lordy, tell me how long.
Lordy, tell me how long.
Will I have to wait?
Will I have to wait?
Can I get you now?
Can I get you now?
Must I hesitate?
The Wrestling Mayhem Show recommends highspots.com for all of your wrestling needs. Whether you're a wrestling fan, worker, or promoter, looking for figures, DVDs, or equipment, Highspots has what you're looking for.
What's up, guys? It's DJ Lunchbox. And from time to time, I gotta run in the ring. I gotta run in the ring with a big steel chair in my hand, and I gotta bash and destroy my opponent and his opponent and the referee and anybody else who gets in my way. But from time to time, I don't want people to know it's me. So what do? I get a wrestling mask from highspots.com. There is no other provider in this or any other country who will provide the quality and assurance that you are looking for in your wrestling masks, tights, and memorabilia.
Click the link for Highspots on WrestlingMayhemShow.com to support the show when you want to purchase anything wrestling related. Highspots has what you're looking for.
saw the sign. We're on Hancock Street. Well, that's Hancock Street. Just want to let all you know, part of our history lesson. The church we're standing in front of now, the new Greenwood Light Baptist Church. It had a different name back then because, you know, times changed. But John Hancock went to that church. That's where he did all of his churching. Everything, like, he's like, Constitution, this good idea, this bad idea. He's like, come on, Jesus, is this what we need to do? All of his churching, right there. Follow me. Right down the street here, you see the red car down at the end. It's hard to see the house from here, and I don't want to go like too far or anything, but John Hancock lived right down there. That's where he spent his childhood. He was raised with like thoughts of constitutions and like really big signatures, and so it's a pretty historical site we're at right now. That's all you should know.
I'm learning things.
This is Sweet and Sour Barry Sweeney, 19-time ICWA Texarkana TV champion, and you are listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mayhem Missy of the Wrestling Mayhem crew.
Way to go. You must be completely psyched.
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
At the Fan Conclave.
This is never going to work, so.
This is going to work. No, it won't. Trust me, I've done this 100 times. People will make a living off of doing this.
Come on.
I Justine ever hear of her? Look her up all over the place.
He's lying.
We're here at the Fan Conclave doing this iPhone style.
iPhone style.
So I don't have to lug all the equipment, you know. It's cool, you know. But day 2 of Chikara, the day, I heard there's
the middle day.
The middle day, the halfway point. Now I understand there's been some problems with travel issues. I know you were talking about on the one podcast.
Yes.
I mean, the volcano. Who would have thought a volcano would be?
That's not usually on our checklist at all. Look at the volcanoes. We don't think of that.
There's hurricane season, there's earthquakes, but volcano season we have to worry about now.
Right.
So
lagoon monsters, I think, are an emerging problem for travel.
Yeah. You know, monster season, you know, but I guess that's more kaiju big battle. But anyways, I'll turn it over to you. But tell me, how's everything been going so far? How was the first night? How's everything going?
It's been like this, but then today like this, and then I think Sunday like this. I think that's it, really. I mean, what else can you say about King of Trios?
Excellent.
Mayhem fans, we're here live at the King of Trios tournament at the Chikaras Fanclave. I'm here live with Johnny at Not Bananas Gargano, Matt Cross, M-Dog20. How you guys doing today?
We are pretty good. We're doing well at the Conclave. It is madness.
We're at the club. Don't let him fool you.
So you had your King of Trios match last night.
Yes.
Didn't go so well for you.
No, it did not.
Are you getting into anything later tonight? You in any other matches? Anything we can look forward to?
I haven't been told anything yet, but I'm sure I'll be here all weekend. So you will, of course, see me around, walking around, doing random things. So we'll have to see what I get into this weekend.
Excellent. Dude, it's your first day here with us since we didn't see you last night. What are you up to at this awesome tournament.
I can't pronounce it correctly, but I am in my bunghole, and I think it's a tournament, and I'm in it to win it, like Nigel McGuinness would say.
What happened to Nigel McGuinness?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time.
I have no idea what happened.
I don't know. I miss his spiky hair. He could be done. Maybe he's back in England. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll edit this in post.
What do you think about AIW being represented here?
Okay.
Just whisper something.
What do you think about AIW being represented here at the tournament?
Oh, I think it's sweet. You know, it's good that Cleveland is being represented in Chikara and in Philly. I've learned one thing. There's people in Philly do not like Cleveland at all.
No love.
No, I'm sure you guys don't like Cleveland either, so screw you guys as well.
Screw Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
They're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. We have nothing but, we're in hostile territory here. Hostile territory.
I got a few looks today wearing all my Penn's gear.
Pennsylvania
few
is
bad
not
looks.
sweet. I don't like Pennsylvania. Wawa is better than Sheetz, by the way.
No. Sheetz is better than
yeah,
Wawa.
I meant that. Sheetz is better than Wawa.
Okay.
Sheetz is better than Wawa. I meant that.
Okay.
Got mixed up.
We had the Wrestling Mayhem show. We're very big fans.
Sheetz is 10 times better.
Sheetz is better than Wawa.
Yes.
Sheetz is 10 times better than Wawa.
Better
Wawa
prices,
sucks.
better selection.
Yeah, like you know,
all around better.
When you're ordering stuff at Wawa and you hit the button, you don't know how much it costs when they print you the freaking thing. You're like, they could legitimately just charge me $500 for this freaking sandwich right now, and I'd be obligated to pay it because I ordered it.
But they do have a 2-foot sub.
It's true.
That's a plus.
It's true.
I like the 2-foot sub. So they have something there, but overall, Sheetz.
That's why they probably don't put the prices on there. Like 2 foot, sweet, and you order it.
I've done that. Exactly that. I was like, I want a big sub. 10 inches. No. 2 feet. Yeah. And then it was $12. And I'm like, this thing better be big, but it was. So it's all good.
Good. We love Sheetz. What else are you guys up to lately? What other shows can we see you on in the near future?
I am doing Evolve next weekend, Evolve 3 in Rahway, New Jersey, and then I got PBO the next day in Youngstown, Ohio, and then of course Dragon Gate USA in Windsor, and then I got IWC Super Indie Tournament coming up on May 8th. Super Indie, I'm gonna win that, so
my pick is Johnny Bananas. I'll say that right now. Taking the whole thing. Whole thing.
Logan Shulo.
M-Dog, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm everywhere. I just got back from Germany last week. I just escaped the volcano. I made it out the day after, so I got home. Heading to Mexico next month. I'm all over the world, baby.
Awesome. M-Dog 20, Johnny Bananas, Mayhem Mitzi. Peace out, man.
For it. Get your free hug.
I wasn't looking at that when I was in the
All right, let's go. First Mayhem show, we're here with Bryce. Woo! First of all, I'm taking off the list. I'm getting my free hug right off.
Free hugs right here.
Let's get it.
Video
proof.
right there. That was a good one. He's a good hug.
Video of and how's Pink Wrestling?
Dude, I'm having a great time. Everyone's having a great time here. There's the karaoke's gonna start in a little while. Sugar Duncan's
You just filled up the list.
And the list is full, man. I'm telling you, a blockbuster lineup of singers coming up here. I'm telling you, hot stuff coming up. If you're not here, shame on you. You missed a great time. This guy's having so much fun.
You're gonna see the vocal talent.
The vocal
talent.
talent. Yes, it's gonna be great. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thank you, man. Thank you.
What's up, guys? This is Sword Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're still here at the Chikaras Fanclave with one and only Christopher Daniels is here. How you doing? How you enjoying the weekend?
It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I wasn't expecting what this was going to be, but Chikaras really turned this weekend into a real fan experience. You know, it's with the karaoke and the board games over there, and the opportunity to meet all the wrestlers. I think everybody's having a good time.
I understand how you just got here. You just missed Curry, man.
Yeah, he had to fly back to Michinoku Pro. He starts a tour tomorrow, so of course I missed him again.
Of course, we've seen the Twitter. A lot of people have been asking.
Lots of people. A good number.
Other than what's going on? How's it going? How's it feel to be back in Ring of Honor and everything? Right here. I know you did your nation a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with Ring of Honor. I haven't had a chance to wrestle yet, but May 7th and 8th I'll be wrestling Kevin Steen and Eddie Edwards, so I'm looking forward to that. Going to AAA next week, and I just got a lot of stuff happening for me right now. So
excellent. What are you looking forward to here in Chikara?
I'm wrestling Hollowicked tonight. That'll be a good time, and then tomorrow I believe I'm wrestling Eddie Kingston. Never wrestled either one of those guys before, and I know they're both talented, and I'm just looking to put a good show on for the guys here at Chikara.
So some good first here at Chikara.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, hey, thanks a lot.
No problem, man. Thank you, man. Take care.
So, how's Chikara, and what's the experience like for you guys here?
レスラーはテクニシャンが多いっていう。ファンは日本のプロレスをリスペクトしてくれるっていう楽
as wrestlers have a great skill. And Chikaras fan and respect Japanese style wrestling. He enjoyed this on the 3 days.
Excellent. Is there anything with Chikara that surprised you that you didn't expect coming into here?
何のイベントですか？こういうのは日本にはないんで、すごい新鮮で楽しい。これ日本でやったらいいと思います。
This fan fest style, there is nothing in Japan.
Nothing in Japan like that.
Very happy and enjoy this event.
Excellent. It's been great to see you guys wrestle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking to us. Thank you very much. I got a little surprised here. We're here at the Fan Conclave, and we are interviewing not Kenny Kingston. So explain this.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for those listening to on podcast, my name is Baby Kingston, otherwise known as Little Eddie. I've been around here in these shows pretty much me and Eddie Kingston when Eddie Kingston can't be here. I'm known to do a lot of other shows too. I've done bridal showers, I've done weddings, I've especially done bachelorette parties. Ladies, if you need to hire me, I'm right around the corner from the arena. Make sure you meet me there. Otherwise, I just love being around here at these fan conventions, you know, bringing in the last of a dying breed, making sure he's represented everywhere. Chikara is, CZW is, everywhere you need to be, everywhere, every promotion, go see me there. I'll let you boy.
That's awesome. So how long have you been doing this, and when did you first determine that?
Let's see, I started doing this around 2007 or so. My then girlfriend of 6 months decided, because they were having a costume contest over at another promotion, Jersey All Pro.
Okay.
They were having a Halloween contest. So we were trying to find little gimmicks that I could throw in there, something I could go in as. I thought about just bringing my Halloween costume, playing. Originally, my favorite wrestler was Homicide, so I thought I could try to go in as that. But then that dropped. And somebody at a show, I think it was one of the first times I went to ROH, said, hey, you look like Eddie Kingston. So why don't you do that? I was like, you know what, let's try it. So I decorated the guard as much as I possibly could with the flag, with the king on the side, grabbed the bandana, had a black shirt at the time, just a straight black shirt, and just did it. And funny thing is, the first person who actually crossed up the two of us, it's actually sitting over there. Sarah Del Rey.
Sarah Del Rey.
She was the first one.
We just talked to her this week on the podcast.
She was the first one who kind of mixed us both up at the time. And then she was the one who sold me the shirt.
So she did just like we did, said, hey, Eddie, and we were like, yeah, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, have you ever worked in angles and stuff to get like maybe into a show or something?
I have been wanting to do that for sort of the longest. I've tried to do it in Ring of Honor at first to try to see if I can get a gimmick, especially with the past couple of months with everything that's been going on with him and Chris Hero.
Yeah.
So I kind of had a plan to do it, but never fully put it through. But believe me, I've been open to do it if any promotion wants to give me the chance to do it.
Now, how many people, of course, we're at the Fan Conclave, wrestlers are just walking around, mingling with people. How many people said, oh, there's something going on. There's something going on. Oh, we're being shooted, so we'll represent. How many times have people approached you here, mingling amongst the crowd?
I've gotten shout-outs from a lot of my friends, a lot of my regulars, a lot of people that say, hey, it's Baby Kingston, how you doing? 2 people came up to me and thought I was the real deal. Both of those people ended up with pictures as soon as they left the door.
And include us, too.
And of course you guys, so now we got 4 total people.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, guys, there it was, the Chikara interviews there. Had a lot of fun there, a lot of fun out in Philadelphia at the arena. And Sasquatch has just joined us. Yes, you're late again. You missed all of the interviews.
Nerd.
By the way, but speaking of him, shout out to Reynolds Wrestling. Just got my T-shirt this week. Well after the season, but that's okay. You know why I got this is I showed up to a meet my nephew was at, and apparently I wore Titusville colors by accident. Both me and the wife of the show, and yeah, that didn't fly too well. So we got our supporting shirts. So want to support Reynolds PA Wrestling here on the show. 50 years, right there. Lots of other stuff in cursive I probably can't read on the screen.
But anyways, we got a lot to talk about here. We'll get the guys in here in a minute. But let's go ahead and toss it to the music. What else are we listening to here today? Lunchbox.
Well, good sir, once again, bringing back the classics. One of my favorite songs. I've said that many times. One of my favorite songs that I've played ever here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. It is by Restiform Bodies off the album TV Loves You Back. A great album, a great band, and a great song. It's called Bobby Trendy Addendum. This is called the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
The rudest unemployed apartment record bum with a mouth. The most oblivious neurotic modest going on the couch. But I'ma get it like Jonah Melissa got it, don't sweat it. Try to boil my metadata, search and destroy my sweater. Smash my mask back in the trash of my second life. I take a second look and lift the whistle to my laughing lips. Jonah Melissa stand and deliver. Bobby Trendy's hairless, Evan Fendi bag in an icy chalice of shivers. Give us just enough language to become instantly famous. And a pony every birthday regardless of our behavior. Got a particular staccato that I walk down the stairs with. I got to hurry just to get my affairs met. But always it seems like there's a chair in the fast lane. A lizard like guest host, a wolf for his ashtray. We want Bobby Trendy's bendy body, set free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley. We want Bobby Trendy's bendy body, set free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley.
Pony every birthday regardless of behavior.
What's up now? Every mad money lord of the dance, policy maker, bully snooze junkies once in a while just to feel safer. If you're mortified by the mortifier on the news, if there's more to buy, now run a diagnostic check. Get hit with the sitcom stress. Pick up your telephone, receive the triple artificial miracles and network with the broadcast butcher. Put your mamas in the oven. A chicken in a duck up in a pig inside of Simon Cowell. Stuffed inside him, now you're powerless against the wardrobe fortress. Bored, tortured, and tired of channel surfing. Yeah, this David Diva down and don't know how to throw a party. He'll most likely throw a penny or a hex at the announcer. Best never turn your back. He charm a snake or weave a basket. Fuck a Tempur-Pedic mattress. He don't even pay his taxes. Still he wants Bobby Trendy's bendy body, sent free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley. He wants Bobby Trendy's bendy body, sent free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley. Well, it's the disconnected fiend, pre-dynastic master need, seemingly attached with red and white tip jacks to channel 3, and all the tools you really need are a can of gasoline and a flair for the dramatic. Should you wish to meet with me now, roaming in flower and browse around on your desktop, you'll find my untitled shiny silver circular wet spot, plus and a picnic, inhospitable lip lock, dick lick, laughing at a wooden leg at the rest stop. Speaking of which, the speech is weak on my lips, but I can do it deep as true, it's just as rude and slick. I can rule the retired, and you can root for the winner, but you can chop it up with champions and care for a fire. But it's the loneliest prime time, cream in your jeans time slot, checking out a party with the prize in your blind spot, not without resentment for another man's high tops. The finer thing in life is always yours, not what I got. We want Bobby Trendy's bendy body, sent free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley. Bobby Trendy's bendy body, sent free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley. Bobby Trendy's bendy body, sent free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley. Bobby Trendy's bendy body, sent free with bargain phony Fendi. Juicy, delicious, happy endings, appetite slash to the hood of the Bentley.
Yo, it's your boy Facade, the Suburban Terrorist, and you're listening to The Wrestling Mayhem Show.
You're watching The Wrestling Mayhem Show.
This is awesome.
Online at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
What's up, guys? We're back. Another grand tune picked by DJ LB.
We're not back.
We're not back?
We're not back. It's a lie.
Why?
Are we front?
We're front.
We are everywhere.
This is
we
the very
never leave. We never leave. When you sleep, we're in your head, doing things, changing things around, reorganizing, fixing your wiring so that it works for us.
Speaking of working for us, WrestleFan, how's your...
Oh, you can't even finish it. You can't even finish it. Speaking of not finish it, WrestleFan, how's your mother? All right, let's move on to the serious stuff, because that's the perfect thing
can't get it done.
to talk about before we talk about our beloved sponsors here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Audible.com. I love reading books, but I love it better when I don't have to. And that's why audiobooks are great. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. For you listeners of the Wrestling Mayhem Show podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 14-day trial to give you a chance to check out their service. I love it. I've been listening. I've been muscling through about a, let's see, about a 16-hour show. No, that's not right. About a 12-hour book about the lizard brain. That's pretty fantastic. But that's not what I'm recommending this week, because I'm not finished with it, so I can't recommend it officially. But I can recommend the Hitting the Right Button and Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. This is the guy that does Wine Library TV, and I love every interview this guy does. He's completely frank about stuff, about getting out there and doing what you love, and if you like it, then you'll put the time in on it. This is actually the book that I picked for my free trial for Audible.com, so go check it out. He is one of those ones that's it's read by the author, and LB, you know this from John Hodgman's books, but they put their own flair to it. They update a little bit. There are several times where he would stop and kind of go off script to
I love it when they do that.
Oh yeah, and you're like, oh, by the way, when I wrote this, Facebook was doing this, and this. Now it's completely different. You should pay attention to that. And even that, this book was read and it was released, and then I think it was released as an audiobook maybe around December or January. So stuff changed over several months. Plus his deadline date and everything. Really fantastic book. Anybody looking for some motivation, this is like a cheerleader within an MP3 file, and you will want to kick ass and get something done for several weeks afterwards. And also one of those that I know I'm going to listen to time and time again to kind of keep that going. So if you want to check it out, go over to audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Sign up there, cancel at any time, one free audiobook and a 14-day trial. And there's it is again. So go, please check it out. Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. One of my favorites. One of my favorite books at this point. So let's get right into the news. Well, first, let's mention a little bit of Indie Minute. WrestleFan is busy having dinner because his mommy just made him some pancakes. So
I thought there was macaroni and cheese and cut up hot dogs.
Oh, the cut up hot dogs, man! That was the day when your mom used to cut up your hot dog for you, and you put the ketchup on them, and you dip the hot dog bits in the ketchup, and it was good stuff. Maybe you put a little cheese on it. Maybe Cheese Whiz. You Cheese Whiz that shit.
And make sure you don't have the macaroni and cheese touch the ketchup. Only communists eat it that way.
Really?
Right.
I mix the shit.
He's right.
I'm not afraid.
Only communists eat it that way.
But I did want to mention coming up, of course, we talked to Johnny Gargano. He mentioned in that interview earlier. But let's take a quick look over there to IWCWrestling.com. They had the mini site up for Super India. A little bit different format. It's back to the one day, but they have 12 people. And at least half of them are not regulars in IWC. So a lot of them, I think, there for the first time. Of course, from Chikara, there's Frightmare and Lince Dorado and Colin Delaney, also from ECW. Lewis Linden, Gargano, Flip Kendrick, I believe, is on here. Did I miss him? There he is up there, representing AIW. And of course, Justin Idol, super hentai friend of the show. Logan Shulo, recent friend of the show. Check out his interview last week if you missed it. This Saturday, May 8th, this is lining up to be a pretty good show right off the bat. Frightmare, Lewis Linden, Hentai and Azrael, Colin Delaney, Justin Idol, Flip Kendrick and Prince Mustafa, Shulo and Gargano, DeMarco and McChesney. Gory and Facade against the Irish Airborne. It's going to be a packed show. The brackets actually break down that the last match is going to be a 3-way dance for the Super Indie title. So it's going to be ridiculous. Mad Mike, are you coming down for this one?
No, I unfortunately cannot because I forgot Sunday is Mother's Day.
Good point. And you can bring your mother, IWCWrestling.com.
Speaking of mothers, WrestleFan.
WrestleFan, how's your dinner?
Oh. By the way, I'm gonna put this out there. I want Frightmare to be the Super Indie champion.
Frightmare Super Indie champion. That would be pretty fantastic.
I really enjoyed Frightmare's work.
Yeah, a lot of half of that was Chikara King of Trios right there representation. So it'd be great to see those guys again so soon afterwards. So let's get into the news. Like you said. So Mad Mike, if you want to chime in, I think this is your opportunity. What do you think of the TNA skirmish ending?
Well, WWE has finally rammed it down Dixie Carr's throat, and she has called Uncle. There's a TNA stands for a total white flag now. They're just. They're just completely it's a good move for them to go back to Thursday, but
it was way too quick, It was such a knee-jerk reaction, and they say it was TNA, not Spike TV. It was such a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, seriously, your ratings have been all over the place. You get 1.5 when you're going up against the freaking draft. You know. I mean, and the draft was one of the lower ratings. How
Sorg,
can you
if they got
that?
1.5, they'd be dancing in the aisles.
No, 0.5. A 0.5. They got a 0.5. That's after coming off a 1.0. I really think I think they were too quick to judge on the situation there, to be honest.
They've done nothing but almost make reactionary decisions since Hogan and Bischoff joined.
Yeah. Then that brings a question. Their influence as far as that goes. I don't know. I'm not terribly happy with it. I'm happy that I don't have to simul watch an hour of wrestling every night, and maybe I can go back to watching a little bit of Ring of Honor because I'm sorry, Ring of Honor, TNA's kind of beat you out there.
You know what I'm happy about? I don't have to watch Bubba the Love Sponge on my TNA anymore.
You don't have to watch him anywhere on TV because he did get booted. Let me see if I can bring up the news. Oh, of course, all these headlines are jacked up since they changed everything. So I'm going to have to do some adjusting here. Well, it seems he was one of the reasons he was supposedly booted because he referred to Awesome Kong as a black bitch on the air. So
yeah, speaking of, Bubba the Love Sponge is kind of like the embodiment of TNA decision making, just because he is he's out there strictly for shock value.
Hoping to bring in.
He doesn't have a lot of talent, and everything he says is knee-jerk reactionary.
I will say this: after seeing Bubba the Love Sponge, I have so much more respect for Mark Madden. Mark Madden. That is all. That's all I got. LP, the side of your head is all over.
Sorry, am I still bleeding, by the way?
Bleeding? From what?
Yeah, I was bleeding a bunch earlier.
On the... God. Should I ask? Did the cat attack your head? Does he think that's a mouse on top of your head?
Now I have a question. Since you only have that little bit of hair, does that mean you can still drink, but you're straight edge on everything else?
No. No. I do love the wrestling stylings of CM Punk, but I also love vodka, and cigarettes. Those are fun too. And no.
Fantastic.
It was. I considered shaving the whole thing and just saying it was me under the ring at Extreme Rules. I was in Baltimore after all, but
that's true.
Yeah,
like I said, every man needs a mohawk for 2 days of his life.
Remarkably silent during that match on Twitter.
That's right. And other news that will probably anger the lunchbox, Tony Atlas has been released.
Ah! You're right. And I forgot until now.
No, but you know what? I think this could be a good thing.
Why is that?
TNA should hire Mike Knox and have Tony Atlas be his mouthpiece.
Well, how is wait, I just put that together in my head. Oh,
yes.
We should hire Mike Knox and have Tony Atlas as his mouthpiece.
We should
hire Mike Knox's beard.
We should hire Mike Knox and Tony Atlas. What was somebody trying to tell me? Was that on a pre-show where somebody was like, we should have Mike Knox on and his beard and somebody else, NLB, and we'll have a round table debate.
That's an awesome idea. We can talk about beards.
I think it was somebody on it was maybe like Brayfield or somebody on Facebook. I apologize if I got that wrong, but I had no idea what was going on when they were trying to tell me that. So, in other troublesome wrestler news, China, Johnny Lawyer is accused of attacking a woman so viciously that the woman told the LAPD she feared she was going to die, according to ProWrestling.net. Gabriela Targos claims that the alleged incident occurred at a hotel on Saturday in Sherman Oaks, California.
Sherman Oaks.
What?
Sherman Oaks.
So she claims that China punched her in the face, dragged her by her hair, beat her with a wire hanger, and threatened to kill her. No arrests have been made. This sounds like a Saturday night for LB.
No, dude, you just have to ask Sean Waltman. That's foreplay.
An LAPD investigation is underway, even though no arrests have been made. Apparently no charges have been filed, so maybe it was foreplay. So,
see?
So, moving on. What else we got here? Since my headlines. ProWrestling.net, I give them a lot of credit for cleaning up their website. They really needed it, but now they've completely jacked up my delicious links because they have the same title on everything. So that's why we're a little rough this week. Good news for TNA, even though they did get moved back, which that could be good news in its own right, as we debated. They are also getting TNA Reaction as a regular show Thursday nights before Impact. I kind of like that they brought the reaction style interviews or backstage promos or secret camera whatevers into like Impact itself. I think it's been a really interesting feel, and it's actually felt different. It actually feels like an alternative the way they've been doing it. And I like those. Stretching it out for an hour just felt like stretching it out for an hour. I complained before that I thought everybody's work, with their backstage promos and everything just seemed odd. Yeah, that's another point, Riz. Apparently Flair can't close a door because this isn't the first time that they've caught him by peeping through and getting the bad guy's game plan. What the hell?
Sorg?
Yes?
I just saw a spoiler for next week's Impact.
This is a no spoiler show, as far as I'm concerned with Impact. Right. I've complained about that.
I won't say what it is, but I'll just say I called this a long time ago, and it finally happened. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't even know where to start with that. Anyways, Scott Steiner is speaking, which is always entertaining. Apparently he's in the Ottawa Sun about a number of topics, including an upcoming indie show where he will work with a singles match with Kevin Nash. Here's some highlights, and this is the one I pegged. Steiner on whether he used steroids during his second WWE run. Quote, I told WWE to have Triple H pick me up in a limo, then we could go test together. They never asked again. I've never failed a test in my life. So there you go. If you want some insight, take that for what it's worth from Scott Steiner. And WrestleFan is yelling in the chat room, wire hanger, crazy stuff. Moving on.
And go Pens.
Go Pens. Hey, what is the score? Does anybody have that handy?
Pens just scored 1-0.
1-0. Take that, you Canadian can fucks.
By the way, I blame the last Penn's loss on the Montreal effect.
The Montreal effect.
Yes. Because the Yankees won, but the Pens lost, so I blame it on Montreal.
I swear, if there's any pulled goals while they're up there in Montreal, this will be interesting.
We're gonna look to see if Earl Hebner's on the ice.
His Earl Hebner refereeing for the NHL. Somebody check it out. Make sure Earl Hebner is nowhere near Montreal. Would they allow him anywhere near Montreal at this point? Wow. Let's see. Some more Bubba Love Sponge. I don't care. Glad you're out of my life. This guy that's not out of our lives is Sean Stasiak.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? You can be happy for him. He found success outside of the ring as a chiropractor. I think this
no one will be happy for no. He's from the Planet Stasiak's org.
I know.
He's from Planet Stasiak.
Yeah, I know. He says,
I was gonna ask, is his chiropractor company called Planet Stasiak?
That'd be amazing. He should do that completely, dude. Oh yeah. But it does say he says he's expressed interest in working again. Would love to go to Japan in a nice schedule TNA has to offer. Ooh. So. Yeah, so maybe we'll see some
Wrestle fan, I will skull fuck your head in. Don't you say things like that.
Yeah, look.
You just wait. You
Wrestle
come up and
fan,
visit
that was
and
uncalled
watch what I do to your mother.
You look like you're from some planet there, just kind of sticking your head up over your
No, he looks
title.
like he's in Ink, Sorg.
Jeff Hardy is scheduled to appear in Moore County Superior Court on May 10th to stand trial on drug charges, according to FayObserver. FayObserver.com.
Observer.
Whatever. Hardy was indicted by a Moore County September 11th raid. So, which is funny since he was on the show and is scheduled for the pay-per-view on, I believe, the 16th of this month. So let's hope they don't throw him right in the slammer.
He'll get acquitted, Sorg.
Is TNA just tiptoeing around his work? Or is everybody just thinking this is gonna go away? I mean, it's kind of still serious charges, and I haven't heard anything to the. Of course, they're not going to reveal. I'm sure whatever the defense is, but it kind of seems hard to get past.
I think that was why they didn't give him the belt and gave it to RVD.
Obviously, but. RVD knows better to get caught, except for that one time in Ohio with Sabu. And not with as hard as shit as Hardy did. Holy crap. Can you imagine that when they hooked up and TNA was like, hey, brah, there's a reason I just stuck with weed. So.
Modest to the top.
More midget news. Speaking of midgets, WrestleFan, how's it going? Half Pint Brawlers will debut June 2nd at 10 p.m. Central. Why Central? It's 2 half-hour episodes scheduled to air. This is not the show produced by Bischoff and Jason Harvey. Bischoff and Harvey production was called Micro Championship Wrestling, but no announcement was made on that. But still, we get our midget wrestling on Spike TV. I'm glad that Spike TV accommodates all our manly watching needs.
So, Spike TV is going to midget cockblock Bischoff and Harvey?
Pretty much. Maybe I don't know. I'm curious why this midget wrestling show is going to be better than this midget wrestling show. Because I think, come on, they're all winners. We can have a midget block.
We should have a midget warfare. I think 1 week every television show should be done completely with midgets. Like keep all the same plots every single show, midget versions.
There you go.
Except for Little People Small World. That should be done with full-size people.
And of course, we've talked about before, Flavor Flav will be here in Pittsburgh. Are you excited, Lunchbox?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Sorg, you can't announce him like that.
Flavor
You can't just say
Flavor Flav.
I think we deserve a better send-off than Flava fucking Flav. I say, fuck Flava Flav. Let's resurrect old dirty bastard from the grave.
Damn straight. I've seen him in person. That'll be a good one. We'll have a buried alive match, and he'll come out of the grave, and it'll be great.
Yeah, summon him. He'll fucking stab Flava Flav in the throat, and then he'll fuck some hot bitches and have 3 more kids, and then go back to the grave.
Of course, we couldn't get something great like John Lovitz that's on May 24th.
It stinks. If he doesn't say that line once, I'm gonna be very upset.
And no guest announced for May 17th. According to ProWrestling.net, for those hoping WWE does away with the concept, it sounds like you'll be disappointed. I'm reading this too verbatim. Stephanie McMahon talked up the concept during the annual shareholders meeting that was held on Friday. Quote, "We really are what's cool to do in Hollywood right now, which can only help our image and brand building." So there you go. So speaking of, get into that. Wayne Brady took a fucking RKO last night.
Like a champ.
Like a boss. He took an RKO better than any time Vince took a Stone Cold Stunner.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Oh, come on. Anytime. Because Vince took the Stunner like a fucking goof.
Like a dead fish.
That's right. But Wayne Brady just took it. He took it.
Yeah. I thought Wayne. I would rank Wayne amongst one of the better hosts.
Mm-hmm. Just for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, looks like Taylor Wilde might be leaving TNA as well. So the mass exodus of women's talent is going, which can only mean stuff like Shimmer is going to get even better, I guess.
Yeah, I heard Tara might be leaving too.
Tara followed up her Twitter post regarding her contract expiring May 21st with a blog in which she revealed the reason for she was not re-signed. She came to TNA last year because she still had a lot of wrestling left in her. She was paid a fraction of what she thought she deserved, but wanted to show that she was still at the top of her game. Her contract is up in May. I want a modest pay increase. They don't want to pay me what I think is fair. I have no problem with going my own way. So it's a consistent thing. The knockouts are not happy with what they're getting paid for what they're doing in there. And it's going to be half of what it is. You know, I don't know. There was a quote, I think, by Awesome Kong I have noted here, that when Dutch Mantel left TNA, pretty much a good piece of the Knockouts division left with him, as far as his support, definitely. So.
And, you know, we say this all the time, but I actually really like that they have the Beautiful People as the champions.
Okay.
Like, I'd argue that the Beautiful People is the best stable in wrestling today.
I don't know about that, but still, it's you know, probably one of the better things going as far as women's wrestling. It's better than that rip-off stuff they're doing in WWE on SmackDown with was it Simply Beautiful or something? No, that's ridiculous. It feels like they're ripping off TNA, which is weird because it's usually the other way around. So, speaking of which, I mean, Ric Flair and Jay Lethal last night. You saw that, Mike, right? No, you didn't.
Jay Lethal was amazing.
Jay Lethal apparently he can do like half of the wrestling legends to a T.
Jay Lethal's Ric Flair is better than his Macho Man.
Jay Lethal's Ric Flair is better than Ric Flair's Ric Flair.
When he screamed "Shut up" in the middle,
when he started yelling at the crowd, it was perfect. It was dead on.
Lost my shit. I was like, Jay Lethal, just come to WWE and redo like who did the gimmick where they pretended to be all the legends each time? Charlie Haas.
That could be a cool running thing. That could be cool. Although it was interesting to get him randomly out of the Macho Man character, which I don't think he's been out of for like 3 or 4 years. So, and really, Sting's been around for 5 years. It's been that long.
Yeah.
So, there was one other thing I wanted to touch on. Oh, yes! Speaking of WrestleFan, WWE fan 22 was arrested on Friday on charges that he would threaten to blow up WWE headquarters again from ProWrestling.net. He also claimed that he would visit the office with a machete and a machine gun because the company released WWE diva Mickie James. What's-his-face was arraigned on Monday after his bond was lowered to $5,000 and he delivered a written promise to appear in court.
Wow, man.
Judge ordered What's-His-Face not to contact WWE employees, you're safe, Mad Mike, not to go near WWE headquarters, and said he is not allowed to attend WWE events. Ooh. Quote, I'm not allowed to go to wrestling shows, he answered. What? Reports that he is known to the New York City police as being emotionally distressed. You can read the full story at ctpost.com. So, WrestleFan, where have you been the last few days? And how pissed are you? You're not allowed to go to WWE events anymore.
Well, all I'm going to say, if this really was WrestleFan, and he was in New York City and he didn't call me to go get a drink, fuck you, WrestleFan.
That's what you're pissed. It's not the machete part or the machine guns, you know.
Dude, I've seen the opening to that building. He wouldn't get very far.
Secretly, Mabel and like, hey, why not? Mo and Mabel are still hired by WWE, and they are the guards.
No, it's Paul Heyman's security, Ron and Don, the Harris brothers.
Oh, the Harris boys! Where they've been, you know?
Guard
WWE.
One of them
They're
dead.
not dead. I don't think so.
No, not the Harris. Harris are some fine boys. What?
Creative control.
What the fuck? Anyways, what else is going on out there? Was there anything else that popped up from this week in wrestling? By the way, SmackDown. I saw most of SmackDown. And I'm kind of happy with actually both SmackDown and Raw. I'm really happy with what they've done with the people they've drafted. Either way, I mean, it feels it feels fresh. I didn't feel bored. It's like they phoned in last week and let me go to the Daily Show, and now they're back. And Edge
That's
is
a good idea, Sorg. I should watch the Daily Show.
Now, not now.
No, not right now.
Well, Sorg, you have to remember, last week's SmackDown wasn't really a good indicator of what the draft's going to bring yet, because it still had guys like Jericho, guys like Morrison, people that are going to be gone now. So this week's SmackDown's really going to be a good test to see what the new draft is going to be like. I do like that Cody Rhodes is on there.
Yeah, I like the match they had with him. I liked what they did with Big Show. I just, just let him just knock people out, left and right like that. There was some bitching about, one article I was reading was bitching about, was like, really, a punch is your finisher? But I think you can allow the Big Show's finisher to be a punch.
Dude, one of the greatest superstars of all time had a leg drop as a finisher.
Point taken. Point taken. All right.
I mean, Christ, Jake Roberts had a DDT.
But the DDT, and then there's the other discussion of, I think it was one of the Dudleys. I think it was Devon that was talking about. It's like, you take a DDT, you should take a DDT and not get up. You don't take a DDT and kick out of a pin. Right after, which I agree with. It just seems like it's one of those moves. It's one of those kind of devastating moves that should be treated as such. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts. It's going to be interesting. I guess we're going to have a lighter week next week because we won't have TNA to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well,
still
to be
raw.
fair, 2/3 of the people talking right now don't watch TNA anyway. Well, actually, 1/3. Sorry, LB.
There you go. Sad.
Although I was watching TNA when I got home last night, and the first 3 segments was the same segment.
Hold on.
Like,
what was that?
The first 3 segments of TNA was the same segment. just kept running.
Yeah. The entire first half hour, and while I liked the Ric Flair, Jay Lethal thing, I am getting a little tired of them just ending their first half an hour with just a continuing brawl. Because isn't it seem they've done this like every week since before and since the pay-per-view with these guys?
Yeah, I don't remember the last time TNA started off with a match.
Yeah, you get a match at about 8:45, and there you go. But still, aside from that, I mean, you really can't count match numbers. It still had like maybe 4 or 5 on there. Sorry, I saw something in the chat. But I thought the show's been like a great pace and has had good wrestling on it. It's been a good, entertaining, watchable show, especially after the crap I saw on WWE the last couple weeks. It's felt entertaining. They're doing their job, and they're giving you everything that WWE is not right now, and TNA is going to only win for that. With the blood, with the TNA, no pun intended. This is like the second time I did that today. If you read my blog post over on Wrestling Mayhem Show today. I think TNA's got a lot of room as people start to discover them, and hopefully a lot of people did discover them and they follow them over to Thursdays. So let's hope.
But you know what I don't get, Sorg? They'll have Ric Flair bleed in a one-on-one match with Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Yet last night they had a Monsters Ball match, and there's no blood.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I agree with you there, but I think that's one of those. It's Ric Flair's preference. You know what I mean? Nobody's telling him not to bleed. It's what Ric Flair knows what to do. So I mean, everybody else will take a shot and maybe here or there, maybe they have differing opinions on whether they should bleed for something like that. Maybe it's a philosophy thing as far as wrestling, which a lot of people say it's like, no, you shouldn't be bleeding all over the place. That's something for a match where it deserves it. Not Monday Night Random fucking match, which he's going to run out of blood, says Riz. Yeah, that's a worry. I'm worried about that because he seems to lose like a faceful every week. So
a faceful.
and also, Sorg, you watched TNA last night?
Mm-hmm. Mostly. I kind of lost it towards the end when I was trying to watch Raw because it was winning me over in comparison.
Okay, but you saw that Ric Flair got his ring back, right?
Yeah.
The entire whole thing with the rings that was 2 to 3 weeks of build.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
They just took it back. Well, isn't the I think I saw a lineup for the next pay-per-view. Isn't the match supposed to be Abyss versus Wolf, and it's like Ring versus Chelsea?
Are you serious?
I think that's what I read. And there was a comment on like Pro Wrestling. Hold on. I think there was a comment over on ProWrestling.net that Abyss is making a transition from Hulk Hogan fanboy to George the Animal Steel, as far as that goes.
Oh.
So,
can he please be Abyss again?
Yeah. Oh, Man-Cane? You mean Man-Cane, right?
Yes.
Well, no, seriously, I like Abyss, but yeah, I agree. Abyss needs to kind of be Abyss. So
that's what he's good at.
No, Mike, that was Blackest
Apparently
Night. You're
Juggalo
mixing
John.
it up again. There you go.
So wait, is Ric Flair Necron? Because that kind of makes sense.
Don't spoil it. I'm like 4 or 5 months behind on Blackest Night. Come on.
Well, then you need to catch up.
No, I need to catch up. I've been trying to get through Rising Stars, and I've been having trouble getting into it.
Get into Blackest Night, sir. We're already on the brightest day.
Oh, come on,
yeah, he's
man.
true. And Brightest Day is pretty freaking awesome.
All right, LB,
Yeah,
you've read it. We go Blackest Night versus Rising Stars. Should I finish Rising Stars first?
If you're having trouble getting into Rising Stars,
I'm not having trouble getting.
You should read Blackest Night. Blackest Night's actually a pretty quick read.
I tell you,
so.
we'll go over off on the tangents here. It's not that I'm having a trouble getting through Rising Stars or getting into it. It's I'm having trouble drawing myself away from Words and Chess with Friends and getting through the entire Transformers Awakening game, which I have beat every level of now. So now I can start reading comics again on my phone. So. Or when I'm not.
Blackest Night is 8 issues.
There's more to it than that. There is the Superman spinoff. There's the Batman spinoff. Why are we talking about this on this show? This should be for gold, which you can get right here on your iDevice. Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold, because I didn't plug it at the beginning of the show. There's apparently an error because my network isn't working here, not because there's anything wrong with the app. But if you do have errors with the app, like one gentleman emailed me, please let us know at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. I understand there's somebody who was having trouble with the video. So if anybody else is having any problems with this, like I said, we didn't develop it. It was in partnership with Wizard Media, but we'll be sure to pass along. Well, there's some problems there. Maybe it's my network. Maybe I lost my. Well, let's see if we got
the system is down, yo.
The system is down, yeah. So, no, I'm just playing now. But
Sorg is just
WMS Gold $199 iPhone store. Random plug in there.
Speaking of random plugs in there,
WrestleFan, what's going on? So, all right, guys, that's all I had. Was there anything other news of interest for you guys wanted to talk about? And
oh, we have a new member of the band.
The band, I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh, you don't want to mention that that TNA realized they fucked up a few weeks ago and said, "Hey, you know what? It makes more sense for Eric Young to be in the band."
Yeah, let's. I think we should have a ban on the band on the Wrestling Mayhem show. So
I think that's a great idea.
That's kind of my take on it.
At least until they hire Mark Madden.
Or Lex Luger.
Or Lex Luger.
Guys,
yeah, we got to talk about that.
Guys, you're killing me because I can't put any of that past them.
Dude, Lex Luger was backstage at Impact last night.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
I think I broke Sorg.
Okay.
I would like to reiterate that this is the first time since he split with Evolution that I've enjoyed Batista.
True.
He's just, it's like he doesn't care anymore, and it's great.
This is the Batista that needed to happen probably about a year or so ago.
When Cole was screaming about him on SmackDown. So,
and how about whenever they introduced Daniel Bryan on Raw last night, and Michael Cole goes a little bit heel, kind of lost his mind for a second. He's like, I'm on the wrong show. I gotta be an asshole. I gotta be a heel. And then he just called the match like regular.
Oh, Michael Cole. We'll never figure you out.
Yeah. You're so complicated, Michael Cole.
He's like an onion.
There you go.
Can I say that?
And Heidenreich peeled him. Mad Mike?
Oh,
Sorg. Really? All right. I just want to say that I enjoy the possibility of a Miz Jericho tag team.
Oh my God, yes!
Oh yeah.
And I love that their whole point to get the tag belts is so they can go pick on Big Show.
Oh my God. The Ayatollah of Awesomeola.
There you go.
Absolutely amazing.
There you go. Wow. That's some good stuff coming up there. One of the points, that and Edge going heel, his confrontation with Christian and what happened on Monday night, all good stuff.
Oh God, the thing with Christian was brilliant.
So
that was absolutely brilliant.
There's something we can all agree on. We love Christian and The Miz.
Yes.
And Jericho. And Edge.
Exactly.
Wait, did I say Christian? I meant Jericho. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We all love Christian too.
Oh, yeah.
And it will be interesting to see what they do on SmackDown, because a lot of their big stars are gone. They have Big Show, they have Christian, but really, they kind of put everybody over on Raw, with the stuff coming up soon with their move. I think they're putting all their eggs in the big basket. So, go ahead.
I'd like to see like a tournament for the number one contendership to the IC title.
Who has the IC? Oh, that McIntyre guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they want us to forget so we can hold it longer than anyone or something.
That's the problem. I mean, it's like they're doing stuff with him, but I don't know if they're doing enough with him to make me keep remembering him. His long feud with Matt Hardy is not there.
That's because no one cares about Matt Hardy unless he's looking after his cracked out brother.
That's true.
I 100% agree with you, sir.
I mean, seriously, Matt Hardy should just quit. Go to TNA, form Omega with Jeff, Shannon, and Shane Helms, and that would actually be interesting.
That might almost happen, the way things are going. As long as we get Shannon more away from Inc. What were you calling? I think they were calling him in the chat room last night that it was like Mosh and Thrasher for the new generation, but better skills. 4 count. Now, we could call him 4 count, says Riz.
I do have a question though. If Inc. and Beer Money Incorporated ever got together, would they be Beer Money Inc. Consolidated?
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
That would be... Mike, you need to tweet that right now.
Yeah, it's more than 140
I'll tweet it to Dixie.
Do it. Yeah, seriously. Put it to Dixie, because she listens to everybody. She reads your tweets. Put your tweets to them. But... ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time.
Also,
yes?
Oh, one more thing. The ranking system for TNA. Last night actually, we had the first match with TNA vs. Wolf. And the voting's going on again. Guess who's leading the voting?
Chelsea.
No. Desmond Wolf.
Again. So they're going to just keep giving him shots until the belt. I mean, they're going to start fixing it at some point.
Speaking of that, the NXT pros, or not pros, the NXT poll, they've changed it because, of course, Daniel Bryan was winning. Now they're not showing the results.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. It's starting to get
after they
shady.
talked about it last night on Raw, now they're not showing the results.
Maybe letting the fans call the shots isn't such a good thing.
Ruh-roh.
Or maybe it's a fine thing if they listen.
It's very communist of the wrestling companies these days.
But to be fair, I like Bryan Danielson. He hasn't done crap on NXT. I mean, just looking at his matches, he hasn't really done anything to impress me.
But you see him with Batista?
No, I didn't.
That was a lovely match.
I think you need to take a look at that, and I think that speaks highly of where he stands there.
Okay, but I'd prefer Wade Barrett or David Otunga. I mean, that's just me.
Otunga got a way to go in ring. I mean,
Otunga.
Otunga reminds me.
I like Wade Barrett because he's British.
More British in wrestling. Is that what
more British than wrestling? Yeah.
Well, no, more British in wrestling.
Yes.
And Santino's reference about that he was one of the 7 people that watched ECW. That was great. All right. Well, I want to learn right now. Mad Mike, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
What did I learn?
It's good stuff.
I learned that AJ Styles doesn't care about the ranking system.
Apparently not.
Because he said, I'm cashing in my rematch. I don't care if there's a ranking system. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, that's kind of, that's one of those things. It's a good pay-per-view match. Whatever. Not that anybody buys a pay-per-view anyways.
Sork, you really think that's going to be the final match? This is Sacrifice, where we have the ultimate sacrifice match, where the champion doesn't have to get pinned to keep his belt.
Yeah, on one side, RVD has to sacrifice getting piss tests, in the state of Florida. And AJ Styles has to sacrifice that chest hair.
RVD should sacrifice his bong, and AJ should sacrifice the horse
Bong on the pole match. LB, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that WrestleFan loves his brother dearly, so much so that he'll reunite with him when the cameras go off on Monday Night Raw. The Colons are back together, and they're not going to do anything because no one cares. Congratulations, WrestleFan.
I hope the Dicks don't fight the Colons. Sorgatron, what'd you learn this week from wrestling?
I learned don't move table for any reason, thank you, unless you're being attacked by a Terminator.
Wait, what?
Obviously, you didn't click the link in the chat room.
I have not clicked the link in the chat room.
Oh, wow. Gee, what did I learn this week?
Riz has a good one.
I learned that Wayne Brady was the final dagger in the heart of TNA. Wayne Brady took out TNA. The Monday Night Wars are over.
Have to choke a Dicks?
What?
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a Dicks?
You know what? I was obviously very confused because a whole leading up to this week, I was playing in my head the Wayne Brady's gonna have to choke a bitch skit from Chappelle's Show. Do I have that wrong? I mean, I actually pulled up to YouTube and tweeted it last night before the show. And I'm like, oh no, it's that guy, the funny guy from Who's Line. And they gave him a show and it's not nearly as good. And doesn't he do, what's that show? Let's Make a Deal or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, we won. 3-2. Is this hockey or is this baseball?
2-0, Sorg.
2-0. Oh, this is obviously baseball. Going back to the Pirates, dude.
We won baseball?
We won baseball. And it's 2-0 in the Pens game. Awesome.
Hey, Sorg, guess what? Yanks are up 3-1.
Goes with it. Everybody wins. Everybody wins on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Ladies and gentlemen, you can be a winner too. You can get your voice or your words on here. Please send your feedback to goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. Let us know what you love and hate about this show, or let us know yourself at 412-206-WMS0. Go on. More Big Freaky. All you guys have to have stories of your wrestling shows and your endeavors and everything. Raw's coming to Pittsburgh Monday. I think a lot of us are going to be down there for that. We might have some extra content, some pre-show stuff. I don't know what's going on entirely. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it, but I can't say for sure. And there's blogs and stuff over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com and Twitter @MayhemShow. And, of course, as always, please check out our sponsors, Audible.com, audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron for the free book offer. And Crush It was our book tonight. T-shirts on Spreadshirt. I'm going to be trying to get some new ones up this week. If anybody has any suggestions for T-shirts, please drop them to goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. We will give you full credit and everything. It's not like we make money off of these things. It's just something to put our name on so people can represent and help spread the word on the show. And please do spread the word on the show. Tell people about the podcast you think will be into it, big wrestling fans and everything. If there's anybody you think we should interview in the future, we have a clear slate. We have not pre-planned anything for the next week on, so we're going to be hitting the interview circuit here.
Flying by the seat of our pants.
That's right. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Blip TV, YouTube.com, and several other outlets of sort. They're all linked over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. And that's the end of the show, guys. I hope you had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the Chikara interviews. And please, we're going to be taking a shot, and hopefully the free music fun time show will be starting this evening with our special guest Mad Hatter. It should be around. Wish I have links over there at WrestlingMayhemShow.com if it actually goes down this week. Sorry if you stuck around last week. This is I'm at Sorgatron.com. DJ Lunchbox.
ThoughtfulRiot.com, Twitter.com/DJ Lunchbox, and you can also find me if you look real hard on Wikipedia.org.
And Mad Mike?
Mad Mike 4883 on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook if you're a stalker, and whitevanwithcandy.blogspot.com.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. This is Wrestling Mayhem Show 217. We'll see you guys next week.
May the Fourth be with you.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show. The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media. You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Ustream.tv.